Well, here we are. This is who we are.
Yeah,
here we are.
that's a great intro song, Nathan. You really did a good job on that. Seriously, you put that together very well. And the band you hired, spot on to sing our intro song. Spot on. Appreciate that. What's their name again?
The Welpers?
Yes, they're the Welp. Nathan, how you doing? Episode 6. Can you believe it?
No.
Nobody watches us on YouTube, and nobody downloads us on the podcast. But here we are. Welp, here we are.
Well, to be fair, at the time of this recording, there are 2 episodes right now at Spotify. So that's on me. I got to upload them. But don't worry.
I think our iTunes is ready to go.
They're coming. All those people on Spotify who are just waiting, please upload more. They're coming. Don't worry.
Hang in there. Hang in there. You know, this is just a podcast. If you're new to our show and if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, yes, we do run a reaction review channel to music and things like that. But this is separate from that. We are still best friends. We've known each other for what? 30. Well, I keep doing the math here. 38 years.
Thinking,
38 years.
38, yeah. I was thinking when we turn 52, which is getting close, we will have done a full 40 years of friendship.
There you go. We gotta have a 40-year friendship anniversary. That'll be crazy. But that's not yet. That's in 2027. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're new to this podcast, if you're brand new to this podcast, the basic idea of this, Ryan and I, it's like when you go over to your friend's house and you find a video and you're like, oh, I got to show you this. That's at the core of what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're sharing little memes and videos, and then we're discussing it afterwards. It's not a reaction.
We're not a reaction podcast. No, we're just a couple friends sharing reels, videos. But within that sharing, they might elicit some discussions where the podcast part comes in. This is us being a little bit more wordy, maybe, than a reaction video, being more personal with our lives. Something might be like, hey, we did it before. We talked about our first kiss. We've talked about girlfriends. We've talked about marriages. That's the kind of stuff that will come up.
Ryan takes off his shirt.
You know, we should create $1,000 tier on our Patreon that we will do a whole reaction shirtless for $1,000.
All right.
All right.
Am I going to start? You want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. So a little context. There's a woman standing on a platform on a train platform, and she's very attractive, very voluptuous.
Okay. Nice.
And you'll hear those audio listeners. You'll hear the train announcer say some stuff.
Behind the yellow light, the train will be approaching soon. So the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light. And the customer with the juicy melon, please stand away from the yellow light, sir. Thank you very much.
It's a good skit. It's a good skit.
Yeah.
So obviously the girl with the large breastises, she was friends with the 2 guys who were off, behind. You couldn't see with the vision of her was blocking the view of a guy holding 2 watermelons. Classic joke. I like it. And I think the only person that wasn't in on it was the actual bystander right there. So I think the 2 guys, they're definitely in on it. The voiceover probably isn't even, I don't know where it's being played. It might be ADR, but the woman does step back, but I think the woman in white is not a part of it. The way she's moving back and the way the woman's looking between the 2 of them. So I think, I think the only people in on it are the 2 young guys. And then and that's what we call, folks, a teehee.
Oh, this one's good. I like these ones. Someone's combined a road rage meme.
Love a good road. I didn't bring any this week. Remember my last week's one was the tow truck driver.
Yes. Well, this makes road rage fun.
I like fun road rage. Okay. Is there anything else to set up for our audio listeners?
There's a guy in a car, and then another guy's gonna start pounding on the window. Here we go.
So this one's made the rounds, or versions of this one. I don't know if I've seen this one. Yeah, for audio listeners, probably know this video. There is a guy who punches the window of the drivers. It's kind of scary in its own way. If you were there originally with the original camera. But what people have done, I've seen this. Hopefully I'm not stepping on it. I love these. But people have taken different songs and like so different creators have taken different songs and just meshed it with. So anyways, let's see how this guy does. So this guy who's in the car obviously isn't the one that filmed the original Road Rage. Okay.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who are. Mate!
So he walks away. The guy's, hey, come on, we had a good thing going.
Where are you going?
Again, in the original, I think I've seen the original video. I can't remember. And what's crazy is I wonder what his knuckles look like. And the fact that he actually didn't break the glass is kind of... So the gentleman comes back for round 2. But of course, the comedy bit is he's like, good, I get to sing again, I bet. Or,
Like we just started. Well, I wake up. Well, I know. Oh, he's coming back.
He's coming back. Yeah.
And I would walk 500 miles, and I would just be that man who walk 5.
That's great. That's great. I wonder if that guy has been identified because, he's been used by memes and these kind of comedy videos. And just the original video went the rounds too. Has his coworkers, a brother, his kids seen the it must be like, again, would you want to be the guy? Would you want to be the one that's doing the punch? Like, it's embarrassing.
Everywhere you go, somebody's like, hey.
Don't. Now, we don't know what led up to it. I understand. I've been in situations on the road. I think probably you have as well. Where, I've been cut off. Someone's tailgated me. You name the infraction, as you'd call it. I've been victim of it. I'm sure you have too. But I've never chased down anybody. Yeah, you have to be careful because you never know what that person would really do to you. It's just better to get home in one piece than to engage with some of these people. Actually, speaking of not road rage, but vehicles, this video, it's a visual, but it's quick too, but I'll try to set it up for our audio listeners. We have people filming a fast car, like someone's, I got a car, it's a fast car, vroom, 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 look at me in my cool car, and the driver, and then his girlfriend, is hanging out the window, filming their perspective. We don't see that camera work, unfortunately. I would love to see what they filmed, and you'll see why. But they're being cool, Nathan, with the car. Okay, actually, it's a guy. So it's a guy with long hair. I just caught that now. So it's a guy with long hair in the passenger seat. But you'll hear him. So what happens is he's hanging out filming. The driver runs over the curb in the meridian of the middle of the road. So he smashes his head on the door jamb, drops his phone on the ground. I think it's his voice that ah. So listen to that again. Here we go.
He's fingering people. Oh, yeah, that's
I love that. Before the accident, though, on a scale of 1 to 10, how cool were they? Like, were you impressed by that? Or
there are some people out there that probably think those guys got it wrong, man. They just, to be fair, like some people do think that looks so cool to drive one of those old vintage Trans Ams. Right. I remember Trans Ams were like, that was the car. If you had a Trans Am and you could drive around a car.
Sure. It
was so cool. I did not think they were cool. I thought they were.
Speaking of Trans Ams, this was when I was 22-ish, 23. I was working at a gas station. I was a newlywed at the time. And this guy owned a Trans Am. He had the porn star stash with the dark hair, mullet. Classic like Trans Am owner look to him. Okay, and he was proud of his Trans Am, its capabilities, the speed of the Trans Am, and he goes, "Hey Ryan, you want to go for a spin in this car?" I am not a car guy. I can appreciate a good looking car. Sure, I can appreciate that car is a vehicle of renown. I get it, but I don't get excited by a vehicle. I must have that. I must collect that. I must be a part of it. I must fix it, or whatever it is. He went at excessive speeds on short streets, and I'm just like, what am I doing? I was actually a little bit scared because I'm not in control of the vehicle, right? And I'm like, I'm kind of uncomfortable. Like, I'm not having fun. He's cool. I'm not cool. This isn't fun for me. But it was a Trans Am owner, just like you're saying. He was a Trans Am owner, and voom, voom.
Definitely was. I had an experience, and I drove a sports car, and I was I don't know, same age actually. Well, just a little younger. I borrowed, and then I don't want to out this guy. Lent me his Datsun 280. I fell in love with that car. I got that car and I went on a date with this girl. I really liked the girl.
Datsun 280. Do you recall the year approximately?
It was
I'm just looking at the picture here.
76, I think.
Ooh, 1976. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Datsun 280, orange. Well, I planned this date for months, and I didn't have a car last minute. And
I think I remember this.
Yeah, he lent me the car, and I was so excited because, like, finally to go on this date. I don't know what I did on the date. I have no idea. All I remember is driving the car around. Yes, it is a beautiful car. It's my favorite car. The newest version of this car. Oh my goodness.
Is that it there? More or less.
That's there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a sharp-looking car.
See, there's the old styling and everything. It's very cool.
Yeah, cool.
We were talking about stoicism, and this person, Mel Robbins, she's made quite a name for herself over the years. She used to be a CNN reporter, and then she put out a book not too long ago called The 5-Second Rule. This is her newest book. This will give a snapshot of what her new book, The Let Them Theory, involves.
Using this thing called the let them theory. I love this. I want you to try it. Here's how it works. The next time you feel left out, your friends all go out to brunch together and they don't invite you. Let them. Or maybe the person, let them. Or perhaps your spouse does not want to do the 5K with you. Let them. Your company is laying people off. Let them. You spend so much time and energy trying to control other people and getting emotionally worked up about things that are beyond your control. You can tap into peace and true control if you let them be themselves. And here's the other thing. If you let them, people will then reveal who they truly are. And when they reveal who they truly are to you, you now know what you can choose next that's right for you.
That's a very, very simplified version of it. I was listening to it, and she brings up a very specific thing that made me go, holy crap, this is actually something I can use. This is actually a tool I can use. The first step is, of course, let people do whatever they need to do. And then the second part is let me. So you kind of talking to yourself, and you say, let me choose how I'm going to respond to this. You don't have control over people, no matter how much you want to control the situation or what other people think or what people think of you. You can't. There's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing to do about that. You can only choose how you respond to it.
What's the other thing that ties into that? What other people think of you is none of your business.
You read a comment or you post something on social media. Either A, nobody reads it, or B, somebody says something about it. You can choose, and I've been worked up about this stuff before. You get to decide how you're going to spend your energy addressing that. And you can just totally let it go and be like, just let that person do their thing. That I'm too important to use up my time and energy getting worked up about the fact that my video didn't get a bunch of views, or that my comment or this comment threw me off guard, or I made a video for a client and they didn't like something about it. That's fine. Let them respond that way. Because what's more important in the end of it was being still free to be able to make your own choices and not being made to respond immediately to something that you don't like. And I thought that was fascinating. Certainly is something I needed to hear. So check out her stuff, because if she's not those kind of self gurus where you're like, oh yeah, you can say that because you're rich and or whatever, or they talk in a certain way that just rubs me wrong. She's a very kind of street talker.
All right, good. No, thanks for sharing that. And I'm sure she appreciates the plug from our channel, Nathan. She's got a couple more views from us.
Oh, this one's just kind of a cute video.
Oh, I like cute. We like cute.
We're talking about morality and choices and all that kind of stuff. This will be a great one to kind of point that out. You'll enjoy this.
Oh, Nicholas, this train is going to crash into these 5 people. Should we move the train to go this way, or should we let it go that way? Which way should the train go?
I think I've seen this video. Yeah, I forgot. Uh-oh.
The cute music and everything, and this
Yeah.
train has to go one direction or the other, and there's one person, for one track, and then
Right.
on the other track there's 5 people.
Philosophical challenge, right? Which one do you save? Yeah.
Yeah. So the kid takes the one that's by himself and brings it over to the 5, and it certainly looks like the train. He's going to take the train away from the people, but instead he drives the train into all of them.
Yeah, I love it. Something tells me the kid didn't understand the assignment, or he's going to be a sociopath when he grows up, which is very possible. The world always needs a murderer, Nathan. We always, he could be a future serial killer. We never know. They're always babies once. They're not born, they're not born adults. They were born babies. Who knows? But yeah, it's a great. I love it. The cute music, and the dude goes, "Uh-oh," as he destroys the other. I thought, oh yeah, he just takes it down the route with no train. The train gets to leave peacefully. He saves the lone car, but no, he puts them all together and kills them all. Okay, that was great. All right, so this next one, Nathan, you're at a picnic. You're enjoying the picnic out with your family and friends, maybe a family reunion. It's a nice sunny day, and you see over the horizon a hot air balloon. So of course you want to take out your video camera and film the hot air balloon, but you notice the hot air balloon is starting to get a little bit closer to the ground than you anticipated. There's so much that happens in this video. It might be worth just to watch it a couple times because it's one of those videos where you want to watch everyone, like every single person, how they react to the situation. Sorry. I thought the buddy here, when he hits the ground, the guy in the hot air balloon, I thought he was like picking up a beer off the ground or something as he was swooping in, but it was his wife or daughter's coming, like almost fell out of the basket, and he or she gets pulled back in. So that's what's happening there. So first, I love how people are like, "Oh, look, it's a hot air balloon." You hear people get so excited, but then as you can see, it drops kind of slow, so people are able to get out of the way that are there watching it. So they're able to clear a path. Okay, guys, clear path. It's coming in.
It's got a lot of momentum. Like
ground right there. It hits the ground.
Yeah.
Look at that girl just about to get hit right there. The little girl just about to get hit, but she moves out just in time. So she gets out of the way just in time. Now, dude in the yellow is holding on to his daughter, wife, or somebody there. But he has the state of mind to pull that person back into the basket. Okay, so they fall down. They're still there. They see their head there. Look, so that guy falls over. But the people now just to the right of the frame, they're completely caught off guard. They have not been watching the balloon come in. It's not noisy. So sorry. Can you imagine? You go your whole life. You would never predict within your life that you would ever be struck by a hot air balloon. I have more of a chance of getting hit by a train or a bus, a bicyclist, obviously, another jogger on a trail. But I think a hot air balloon hitting you in your life would probably be pretty low in the list of vehicles that could hit you. So now watch this. So people are sitting comfortably, enjoying the summer day. There's victim number 1 just crashing through their picnic table. Yeah, that guy's on the ground. He was sitting in that chair just moments ago, and he is facing the basket right now is mowing over 4 people, I think, as we speak. They're just like bowling pins. Boom! Right there. You got one kid jumps on the way like Indiana Jones. Nobody died. A couple bumps and bruises, so we can kind of laugh. It's just a hot air balloon coming down. I just of all the things. All right.
I'll set this one up. One of the things that irritates me, it's like reacting to things when you show people's reaction, and like it's just a guy going like this, just like,
yeah, look to the left, right, surprise, and then we see a video cut of somebody tripping, or usually they're theme related too. So construction site accidents, swimming pool accidents, and so it's a lifeguard. Yeah. The person is dressed up as lifeguard, but all they do is turn their head to the left or right to see a new video. But in their point of view, it's a new scene they're looking at. But we, the viewer, are seeing what they're seeing. Yeah.
I feel like the first time I saw it, I was like, that's kind of clever.
Sure, and like we said, somebody created it. Somebody thought of it.
This one I actually don't mind. The way that this guy's setting these up, partly because the things that he found to go with the video are so good. His reaction seems, it's not that it's genuine. It is a skit, but it's the way that he responds to it is kind of funny. So he's in the gym and there's one guy and he's doing his like leg lifts or whatever. And he's looking over at another guy who's doing the same thing, but he's yelling really, really loud as he's doing it.
Yeah. So the buddy who's yelling is doing leg lifts. And look, if you're doing exercises to the point that you're screaming in pain, can we just stop? Get fit, get strong, sure. But why are you doing such exertions that you have to cry out like you're in labor? Yeah,
he looks over, and I think this one's just a joke setup. Obviously.
Yeah, this is a joke one for sure. Yeah.
He's wearing he's got toots, and so that one's not that funny, but. Okay, this is definitely somebody who skipped leg day.
Wow, she didn't skip boob day, that's for sure.
No.
Those are huge.
Yeah, she's lifting more than just the weights on her back, that's for sure.
I can't tell which ones they're funny, but it's hard to tell which ones are their buddies filming them in an empty gym and like be silly. You know what I mean? And then we go viral with it because there's nobody else in the gym. Like this guy's screaming like that at the end there. So this clip here, Nathan, it's a cruise ship and somebody's filming people in costume. When you see them walk, tell the viewers what you think their costume is. So there's about 10 people. They're wearing white shoes, white pants, white gloves, white jacket, and
white pointed hats with eyes cut out.
What do you think they're dressed up as?
Well, they look like the Ku Klux Klan. I have no idea what they're dressed. What are they like?
They're snow cones.
Are you serious?
They're snow cones on a cruise ship.
Did no one there's no way. No one in this little group went, don't we look a little bit like the Ku Klux Klan?
They all put their hoods on at the same time and didn't do a spot check. Like somebody must have.
Yeah, I don't know. A double take like, oh. Maybe we'll do a little musical interlude. I have a song that I made. I took a little sound clip from Lord of the Rings, play the music, and see if you can recognize which clip from Lord of the Rings. I've sampled a sound, some dialogue from Lord of the Rings. There's actually 2 clips.
Okay.
From Lord of the Rings. 2 sound bits. Ready?
Oh much that, 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 oh much that,
Not really.
oh much that, oh much that.
Sorry, did you make this?
Yes.
I could hear Aragorn's voice, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. All I heard was back.
And barricade the entrance.
You made that?
Way line. Yes. You don't know where the so much death comes from? What can men do?
Was this from the second film, right? There's King Theoden.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I recognize King Theoden's voice, Aragorn's voice, but all I heard was, sorry, I'm not trying to shite on your mix, but all I heard from Aragorn was, So what's the next one?
This is a remix of an Elvis song. See if you recognize the song.
If you're looking for trouble, you came to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, you just look right at my face. I was born standing up and talking back. My daddy was a green mountain jack because I'm evil. My middle name.
The song is called Trouble. This is one of my favorite Elvis songs. Absolutely. It just has such a blues feel. And it was in a movie. It's a great song. Very blues sounding, very much. For the longest time, I thought the song was called Evil.
Elvis Presley performed the song in the 1958 motion picture, King Creole. It's an American musical film directed by Michael Kurtz and based on the 1952 novel, A Stone for Danny Fisher. Boy, Elvis did a lot of films back then, didn't he?
So many films. Yeah.
Nathan, this one's really hard to watch for our audio listeners. It's a guy doing parkour stunts on a height. Spoiler alert, he does fall.
Oh.
I want you to figure out how he falls and how he doesn't die.
Oh, he was attached. He had a harness on.
No, that's what I thought too. Sounds Russian. Good old Russian, these guys. No, his buddy pulls him up and he's panicking. It was a telephone wire that he couldn't see. It was hidden in the shadows. He tripped on the wires that were going across the building. Like this.
Oh my goodness.
So he's jumping. He's doing pretty good. He's skipping along. He didn't see the wires. So he trips on the very wires that he holds on to, Nathan, for dear life. I would figure these parkour guys probably have pretty good reflexes as part of the job. I'm not judging his activity. If he wants to be a stuntman, that's his business. But he almost died. Ironically, if the cables weren't there, I'm sure he would have been very successful for the whole whatever his journey was. But it kind of goes to show you that he didn't scout the area. He just said, "Oh, I can jump these." So he does it cold, not scouting the area that there's wires ahead of him. One more time. Now watch the wires. You'll see them come up, and he trips on them. But he has the state of mind, Nathan, to hang on to the wire in the air.
Oh boy.
Yeah, fun times. Now, would you do that jumping?
No. No.
I don't know how he can jump around with balls that big. Anyways.
I've got two left here. Let's do the joke first.
Sense. Yes.
The sky is definitely blue.
Well, that's not necessarily true because sometimes it's gray and cloudy. Mike.
The grass is definitely green.
But if grass doesn't get enough water, it turns brown. So that's not necessarily true either.
Do farts have lumps?
No.
Then I definitely my pants.
If farts have lumps. Where did you find this video, Nathan? And now this is another water adventure. So these two young men, I think they're probably older teens in their early 20s. They're fishing. They're near people's houses and they're in the wharfs and all this stuff. And people get really bent out of shape. And I get it. Like this is their water property. I don't know how that works in these rural areas, but they got like these piers from people's backyards. So they're fishing. If I see two guys fishing and I own that backyard area, I'd be like, oh, whatever. They're in the water, enjoying the water, and they're near my house. They're not doing anything. They're just fishing. It'd be the same as somebody coloring on the sidewalk outside my house with chalk. Like, whatever.
Right.
It's whatever. Like, they're fishing in the water. And they've already filmed this lady yelling at them from the shore. So we're about halfway through the video at this point. And she's like, get away. Get away from my boat. You're going to hit my boat. And they're like, oh.
He's going to keep yelling at us. Man, we're not doing anything wrong. We're just fishing. We're just fishing. We haven't hit anything. I swear to God, if she does, we actually have to leave.
They're not even on the shore.
Oh, man.
It's hard to hear, but they captioned it on the video. But she actually said, "I'm going to jump in a movie or something." And he's like, "Oh man, if she actually does, I guess we're going to have to go." Like, we'll eventually see the Karen, Nathan. She'll enter the scene, and let's see if she does good on her promise. Here we go.
She jumps in, just head out, okay?
Here she comes. You can see her coming. You see her walking.
What?
Did a bit of a running leap, and she plugs her nose as she jumps into the water. So she gets in the water, and they're like, "I guess we're done."
Okay.
No more fish.
Yep, no more fish.
Someone scared them
away. It's a little unacceptable, but we'll leave.
Bye.
See ya.
She did jump in the water, and the guys were even. I kind of like how they were like, "Well, you scared the fish away, so I guess you win because the fish will scatter and big splash." But it's like I guess we're leaving. Like, what does she say to her neighbors, to her husband, or like, "I got them"? To me, it's embarrassing. Just let.
Oh, how did you get rid of them? I jumped in the water.
And that water does not look like something I would want to jump in either.
Pretty brown.
She won, Nathan. 0.1 Karen. 0 points. Again, the two guys, they were probably quiet. They weren't. They seemed like they were pretty quietly just fishing. And people just can't leave well enough alone.
Yeah. All right. This last one for me is feels like this is off of like Smothers Brothers or maybe Johnny Carson or something.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
He's a juggler. I just like his timing of his comedy. It reminds me of the old days of comedy, and there's something about this style of comedy that you just don't see anymore.
How you can learn to juggle with simple, ordinary objects that you may have in your own home.
Had a bowling ball on the table, put a current behind it. Now the bowling ball is levitating somehow in front of his face. Oh, is he holding that with one? Oh, I see. It's a fake hand on the right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hello, I'm Michael Davis. Thank you. Before I start my act, I'd like to explain show business expression. It's said that a comic is a person who says funny things, but a comedian says things funny. This makes me a juggler.
It is Johnny Carson. You can hear Ed McMahon's laughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Even so, I have an unusual philosophy about the art of juggling. I don't think it's important how many. I find it's not what you do, but how you do it. The important thing is style.
So you're just juggling one ball there in a fancy way.
Here we go. This will be 5 balls up in the air at one time.
All right, here we go. Okay. He jumped in the air holding all 5 balls, which I guess that makes sense. But at the same time, you could argue they're already in the air by him holding them, but he jumped.
In a sense, more than 5.
Ah, good old penis joke.
The eyeballs.
Oh,
that makes 8 altogether. But why bore you with my problems?
Ed McMahon. Ha ha! One testicle. Ha ha!
Now, 5-ball juggling is not a difficult trick for me. The 5-ball catching is a very difficult trick for me. I'll attempt to juggle the 5 balls. Now, this is a trick that requires absolute silence from the audience. Thank you for helping me. Oh. No. I don't need your pity.
I wonder if he missed on purpose.
Trying to end very, Sometimes it gets kind of windy in these television studios.
That's good. You can't tell if he did it on purpose or not. That's fine, but he rolls with it. Yeah.
Oh, you'd have to.
Juggling's not easy, my friend. You know who's actually a really good juggler and a comedian? Penn Jillette.
Yeah.
All right, for my last video, Nathan, this is actually from a fellow YouTube creator. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, sir, I forgot to get your name. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. After my latest Minecraft video just blew up out of nowhere and all of you started subscribing like crazy, I realized that I really wanted to keep this momentum going. And to do that, I needed to keep the content coming. So I know you all really loved my last Minecraft video. I survived 100 days in Minecraft, where I spent 100 days in Minecraft playing Minecraft. So today, we're going to be reacting to the top 10 scariest prisons in America.
Number 10, ADX Florence, Colorado. Known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies, ADX Florence is considered the most secure federal prison in the country.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's this reaction. Damn, that's crazy. But it's actually a true thing that they do. A lot of these YouTubers, they will get big on something. And I think what happens with creators, Nathan, I think it's not that it's happened to us, but we do have fun doing this. We have fun hanging out. We have fun being together. I think doing the podcast, we get to have fun. We get to share videos that we find interesting, that we get to share with each other and talk and riff. Well, it's us. It's things that you and I would just naturally, throughout our week of scrolling, come across that we find interesting or funny or whatever it is. There's that too. But I love at the end, though, of this video, and this happens all the time too, especially on reaction channels. Wow, that's a good song. And he nailed the commentary, lack of, I should say, that a lot of channels do that. I think you and I do a fairly good job of not doing.
We could spend an entire episode easily talking about kind of the pros and cons or ups and or whatever, the top 5 things that reaction channels do. That there's a lot of content there that we've never really like bundled it into one little package. We should do that.
Yeah, we should title it something to the effect of like, I don't know, you could say 5 things we should have done to make our channel better, or who knows. But it's hard to say. Or 5 things we learned about being a reactors.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I always have fun doing this. I'm always interested in what you find throughout your week of searching and the stories that they elicit or the thoughts that elicit. So I enjoyed this week, Nathan. I think I had fun. Did you have fun?
Did have fun. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you later.
We done? Well, I'm out of here.